Всем привет, дорогие зрители и подписчики моего канала. Меня зовут Павел, мы продолжаем прохождение игры Lost Horizon. В предыдущей серии мы, собственно, встретились, так сказать, с нашим старым давним знакомым, который выступает сейчас на Олимпийских играх. И теперь, так сказать, по долгу дружбы нам надо бы ему помочь. Ну и воспользоваться случаем, так сказать, как обычно. Так, теперь... Что теперь? Нам надо бы отвлечь двух судей, которые там сидят, и подменить рулетку, дабы наш дружок смог выиграть золотую медаль олимпийскую. Вот. Для этого мы сейчас устроим диверсию. Благо, эта лампочка не работает. Это наше счастье. И не говори. Ну, как сухое сено. Так.
Good plan, Fenton. The fire gradually burns through the cables, then the lights on the long jump area go out, interrupting the event, and I'm long gone before anyone realizes what's happened. Let's be honest, that's the best way.
Ну да.
Let's get out of here.
Сваливаем.
Berlin is holding its collective breath. The final decision in the decathlon is rapidly approaching. Glenn Parker is warming up on the track for his decisive jump. I'd like to ask the spectators in the stands to remain quiet because... One moment. We seem to be experiencing technical difficulties in the long jump area.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, can you hear me?
What's wrong?
What do you think is wrong? There's a complete power failure in this part of the stadium. Must be another problem with the cables. I'll go check. Come with me. I might need your help.
Shouldn't the technician take care of it?
Sure, in about 3 hours' time, we can't put the Olympic Games on hold. Can you keep an eye on things while we try to fix the problem?
But of course, just leave everything in my capable hands.
Конечно, ребята, идите. Я пригляжу, присмотрю, все сделаю. Так, все,
I've just been
делаем.
told that we're doing everything possible to fix the problem. Thank you for your patience. I'm sure the long jump contest will resume shortly.
Теперь быстренько это делаем. Пока никто не видит. Хорошо. Так. На глазах
Ladies and
миллион
gentlemen,
зрителей.
our technical problems have been solved. The judges are returning to their seats, and we can continue.
Отлично.
The big question, though, is will the interruption have put Glenn Parker off his stride?
Теперь да.
I see that he's returning to his starting position. Any minute now, he'll be making his decisive jump. The jump is valid, but was it far enough? From here, it doesn't seem like he came anywhere near Arvid Huber. But what do the measurements say?
7:35.
7 meters and 35 centimeters.
7 meters and 35 centimeters. That puts him just behind Arvid Huber in this final event, but it's just enough for Glenn Parker of Great Britain to take the gold medal. His lead may have been minuscule, but that's a minor detail. Glenn Parker has won the 1936 Olympic decathlon. Arvid Huber will have to be satisfied with silver, and Lauri Askela of Finland has earned bronze.
Ну да.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of this year's decathlon.
I hope history will forgive me. I mean, I may have betrayed the centuries-old Olympic spirit and cheated a man out of his gold medal. But come on. I am here saving the world, so I'll finally be able to get into the museum. Countess von Hagenhild had better be there with what I need. Glenn had better have a spare dinner jacket as well.
Да, было бы неплохо.
Cheers, Glenn. I really owe you one.
No problem. Sure you don't fancy a drink to celebrate?
Believe you me, once I'm done on this job, I'll be holding a liquid celebration for a solid week.
For now, I just need to find a way down into the lower levels.
Then I won't keep you. Maybe I'll see you at the next Sandhurst reunion.
Sure. If I get an invitation this year. What is it about smuggling they have such an issue with?
Heaven knows. Well, good luck with your search for Richard. It was great to see you again, Fenton.
Thanks, Glenn. You take care.
Так, ну банкет там полным ходом уже идет. Музыка пошла, все хорошо. А нам тем временем надо бы осмотреться, во-первых. Шкаф.
Looks like a small cupboard. Well, no, it's definitely a small cupboard. I mean, just look at it. It's cupboard-shaped and small. No way. Can't you... The sign reads, no entry for visitors. I'll just take the red... No, what the hell. I'll take the whole bloody thing with me. Why not?
Ну да, уже привычкой стало. Ух ты, прям в карман поместил. Молодец.
That was close. What is wrong with these people and their bladders?
Ну да. Бедные люди.
A heavy door. I really don't need one of the... They didn't take much notice. I should leave the doors alone until I got...
Хорошо. Стол. Кстати, почему он окутан вот этой тряпкой? Видимо, это экспонат музея.
A bottle of champagne and a
Чтоб не
glass.
испачкали.
If the plonk were cheaper, it'd be the spit of my bedside table.
Ну да. Так, это тоже берем. Да-да-да, крутая музыка, спасибо.
It's the cloakroom.
Берем, все берем. А вот что-нибудь по карманам давай, там деньги есть.
This scarf could prove useful at some point.
Кому чего? Так.
Ooh, almost got caught there.
Блин, этот парниша все время гуляет туда-сюда. И причем все время вот так вот в одну и ту же сторону.
It's the I'll struggle to get my hands on...
Так, а что если...
These people need to learn how to hold their bladders. We used to go 48 hours with our legs crossed in intensive training. Let's just close this whole area off.
Хорошо, теперь нам никто не помешает.
It's summer. No one really needs a beautiful scarf like this.
Ладно.
This display case contains equipment from an expedition. A small movie camera. The lid's closed. There's a champagne cork in this glass.
Что-нибудь.
What sort of people are these? Opening a bottle of bubbly and leaving it 3/4 full, honestly. This wouldn't last 5 seconds back at Shen's.
Ну да. Ну ты не в Гонконге все-таки живешь.
It's a painting of the Himalayas.
По крайней мере сейчас находишься. Не живешь, а
Monastery in the
находишься.
Tibetan mountains. No, not that monastery. Yak on a mountainside. A map of Tibet. Ernst Schaefer.
Так, сюда мы.
The power of red tape. I'll just leave it there.
Так, сходим сюда?
But the party's just getting started.
Нет, сходим сюда. А народ пускай там сидит.
The cupboard door is locked. A meter... Collecting champagne corks isn't one of my hobbies.
А, то есть еще и так.
It's a pretty basic lock. I should be able to get it
Да,
open.
под звуки аплодисментов мы открываем замок. Хорошо. Что у нас
This
есть?
cupboard is full of cleaning supplies. I'll take a mop and... Yes, why not? A jar of hydrochloric acid.
Хорошо, берем. Не все так плохо, да?
Nothing could be simpler.
Запечатаны.
Your typical... This jar, powerful stuff. They
Так, а что если растворить замок?
Hydrochloric acid reacts pretty violently with metal. But I don't think glass and wood will dissolve at all.
Так, видимо, нет. Так, видимо, ничего пока мы тут сделать не можем, так что давайте сюда сходим.
Surprise. It's locked.
Блин. Ага,
The
открыто.
acid's eating through the lock.
Как, кстати, у них так получается? Замок разъела кислота, а задвижка-то осталась на месте.
I have been searching these exhibits for over 3 hours. Where's the Piri-Reis map?
As I told you, Countess, most of your research material was moved to Wavelsburg Castle last week.
I am personally affronted that you would exploit my absence in this way. You will regret this, Schauberger.
Maintain your composure, Countess. This decision was out of my hands. My research could be conducted at any of a number of sites throughout the country, and to be honest, I was far from thrilled about being moved to a laboratory in the center of the city.
The fact that I was not informed of this move remains absolutely unacceptable. Who gave the order?
It came from the very top, from the minister himself, or so I've heard.
The minister?
Are you surprised? I heard that some of your so-called brothers of the Order carry a great deal of weight with the minister, and they convinced him to move your research to the castle.
You should know that I'm by no means a member of the Tulip Society. They merely pay me for my scientific expertise.
Whatever you say. In any case, your mysticism-loving friends apparently decided that this museum was no longer a suitable location for their
Отлично, у нас
club.
тут еще и тайное общество.
And they presented the castle near Paderborn to the minister as a fitting alternative. He was so taken with the idea that the move was made immediately. Your exhibit items and documents were packed up and taken directly to Wavelsburg Castle. In return, my employees and I were forced to move from the pastoral Brandenburg countryside to the city so that the military command can keep a closer eye on our work.
How unfortunate. But the fact remains that one of the exhibit items, the Piri-Reis map, is absolutely vital to my research. I shall go to the ministry to resolve the issue in person before setting out immediately for Paderborn. You there, battalion leader.
Jawohl, Frau Countess.
Guard this bag until I return from the ministry.
Конечно.
Its contents are extremely valuable. If necessary, you are to defend it with your life. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Frau Countess.
Да уж. Фрау. Так. Она пошла направо.
That's got to be the
это
Eye of the
налево.
Dragon. Sounds like
Значит,
the
нам налево.
Piri-Reis map, however, is now in some castle near Paderborn.
Countess von Hagenhild is gone. We can begin the test.
Так, вы тут что тестируете-то, ребята? Сейчас меня током-то не шарахнет.
All displays check out. Let's get started.
Так.
Please set the power to the lowest level.
Что-то мне уже
We
не по
don't want
себе.
things flying around the room.
Что это такое?
I am now activating the drive impulse. It would be best to hold on to something.
Это что еще такое? Что за... Охренеть.
So far, so good. Please cut the power supply now.
Это что за огнемет?
Excellent. My friend, our new aircraft will soon make history.
Ух ты, так это же...
Let's check the conduits. Even the smallest leak during our next test could ruin everything.
Значит, это летающая тарелка Третьего Рейха. Отлично. Сейчас мы ее, думаю, поломаем. По случаю.
Okay, this is my chance. I need to get my hands on the eye.
Хорошо. Угу. Так, красный ящик, перила.
A red metal box.
Что там есть?
Damn, the handle was loose. It broke off.
Да.
I can't... I'd better leave that alone for now. Sturdy enough. I'd better not climb down.
Ну да. Тем более спуска-то нету.
Hey, look. A big red button. The console's too... There's a lever on this console that I can't reach.
Так, а если шваброй?
It's long enough, but it can't hook the lever.
Блин. Что ж так все неудачно?
If I understand correctly, this machine... When I think about the Nazis flying planes with engines like that, but that's not my problem. I can't reach it.
Я думаю, тебе не надо.
Schauberger's... If I understood correctly, then this guy's name is Schauberger. He's a Nazi scientist developing modern power units for Germany's top military brass.
Ну да.
I need to get rid of him and I won't be able to take...
Так. Что если...
I am an expert marksman, and champagne bottles are not entirely unfamiliar territory, but I've got to turn the power on before I can activate the turbine.
Да, вот только как это сделать? Хороший вопрос. Так, а что если... У нас же тут была витрина. А если попробовать ручку как рычаг?
I'll shove the handle between the lid and the frame of the display case. Give it a little jerk and... Open sesame.
Хорошо.
I'll just borrow a piton from the mountain climbing equipment. The movie camera looks like junk, and I'm not too keen on owning a pair of Ernst Schaefer's old woolen socks either.
Нет уж, спасибо. Такого счастья нам не надо. Так, а что скажем, если...
It's worth a try. Tying the scarf to the piton may open up brand new avenues of adventure.
It won't reach the lever on the console.
Плохо.
A red...
Совсем плохо. Так. Нет.
That won't reach... I'll use the scarf to tie the piton to the mop handle.
Хорошо. Так, давайте.
If I'm careful, I should be able to use this to move the lever upwards without anyone noticing.
Это слово «если» меня уже пугает, зная этого героя. Как ты прям весь свесился, ты туда прям сейчас вниз ты свалишься. Что ж ты такой криворукий-то? Ага, по звукам они не слышат, думаешь?
Low setting or maximum power? I think I'm more a maximum power kind of guy.
Может быть так.
When I was a kid, I used to practice this at my parents' New Year's parties. Just give it a good shake, and then aim it like a K-98 rifle.
Да, похоже. Давай.
What's happening? Hold on to something!
What's going on out there?
Сейчас тоже выскочит.
You know, sometimes I can be really mean. It's the urge to laugh maniacally at that side. Terrifying.
Ужасно, как увлекательно.
The engine's activated. I can't reach it. Otherwise engaged. Look at it. Holding on for dear life.
Да.
Let's go.
попробуем. Один фиг, они сейчас заняты. Все трое. Да-да, мечтать не вредно. Ну, зачем нам пожарного капли, не знаю. Спрашивают, вообще черт знает, что творится. Летающие нацистские ученые. По-моему, вообще уже на грани фантастики. Так, а давайте-ка его привяжем. Хорошо. Я бы не сказал, что это совсем уж воздушный поток. Скорее, это топливо сжигается. Где-то это посмотреть. Да-да-да. Слушай, а как ты сюда вошел-то? Дверь он шатает. Если того.
That's the bag. That's the bag.
Да-да-да, с первого раза все поняли.
I'll take the eye and get the hell out of Berlin. I can use the fire hose again to get back into the museum. Then I'll have to travel to this Wavelsberg castle. Without the Piri-Reis map, the Eye of the Dragon is worthless. The map's the only way to find the second key to the gate to Shambhala.
Да. Все, взял. Молодец. Теперь нас ждет, видимо, ролик какой-то, да? А не. Опять у нас флешбэк к Гонконгу.
What is it, Huxley? Well, sir, a certain Mr. Kleist would like to speak with you. He showed up unannounced and is somewhat overbearing. Shall I send him away?
No, certainly not. Send him in.
Так, кто это такой-то?
You may stay seated, Governor. I have no wish to take up too much of your valuable time.
Then what is it I can do for you?
You have already done something for me. No additional soldiers were sent to Tibet.
Так.
Those were your conditions.
Indeed. But it seems that perhaps I need to explain those conditions a little more clearly. There was to be no interference from your side at all.
I don't understand.
Haddock, was it really necessary to set your dog on us? Does your son mean so little to you, Governor?
You promised to give me some sign that he's still alive.
All in good time. Pray instead that we can eliminate Paddock quickly. And I'm warning you for the last time. Stay out of this. Have a pleasant evening, sir.
Отлично. Губернатор играет на две стороны.
Is there anything I can do for you, Governor?
I severely doubt it, Huxley.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but who was that gentleman?
That, Huxley, was the devil's emissary. And I find myself involved with him.
How am I to understand that, sir?
No.
It is probably best that you don't, Huxley. Just hope, as I do, that Fenton's mission will be a success. It may be all we have left.
Глава 5. В тылу врага. Отлично. Все-таки мы приступили к очередной главе. Так что... Из Берлина мы... Как это читается?
What a very pleasant journey. A bite to eat in the restaurant car, a few bottles of Bavarian beer, and a good snooze.
I need to get to Wavelsberg Castle as quickly as possible. I've still got a head start over the Countess.
but I'll need it to find the Piri Reis map before she gets here. The station guard must know the way.
Отлично.
Good evening. Excuse me.
Good evening, sir. What brings you here so late in the day?
Так. Да.
I'm a tourist, and rather than go to the Olympic Games or visit one of Germany's many outstanding cities with their bars and restaurants and women, I decided to visit the famous Wewelsburg Castle instead. I'm beginning to wonder why, but I'm stuck here now. Do you know the quickest way to get there?
I'm very sorry, sir. Wewelsburg Castle is closed to visitors right now.
You're kidding. No, you're really not, are you? I've endured quite a ride just to come see this bloody thing.
Oh, what a shame. But the castle has been under military control for some weeks now, sir. All of the access routes have been sealed off, and the guards are patrolling the castle surroundings.
Why exactly is that?
I find it better not to ask. Besides, I was only posted to this station a month ago.
This is stupid. What do I do now?
Well, you are not the first person to drop by wanting to visit the castle in the last couple of days. I'd advise you to wait for the next train. There's one going to Paderborn in 2 hours. I'm afraid there's not much you can do here to kill the time. The station building is closed due to renovations, hence why I am standing outside in this awful weather. You could, of course, take a walk to Brünn. It's not far away. There's a road leading directly into town from this crossroad. The guest house at the market should be open. You could warm up a bit and wait for the train there.
You know, I think I'll just enjoy some fresh air after the long train journey. Even if it is raining cats and dogs. Is it okay if I wait here?
Of course, sir.
Thanks.
Damn. Now what? The castle's right there. There's got to be another way in. The Eye of the Dragon. This artifact is supposed to be the secret to finding the second portal key that opens the gates to Shambhala. Viewing the Piri Reis map through the eye is said to reveal the key's hidden location. Of course, to do that, I need to find the map.
Да. Для начала. Так, а для начала нам надо бы осмотреться. Ну да, кстати, вот это здание вокзала, я бы называлось такой большой натяжный, что... Да, будка моей собаки любишь. Да.
It's a memorial cross. Seen better days. There are some candles burning on the pedestal in front of it. There are 5 candles here. I'm sure nobody will mind if I take a candle with me. A burn... An axe. The station guard won't be happy if I remove his firefighting equipment.
Да ладно, человек с топором везде пропускает.
It's a fizzy sweet dispenser. I need a coin. Wewelsburg Castle has its own station, but visitors are no longer allowed to visit the castle. This place should look more closely at the needs of its tourists. The Piri Reis map is up there in Wewelsburg Castle. I need to get inside. Unfortunately, the Nazis have sealed off the entire area. The station guard told me that all access... I'll have to find... The station's being renovated, so everyone has to wait on the platform.
Читаем новости.
Some facts on local history. According to this, the castle was built in the 11th century. The text refers to many renovations and extensions, as well as changes in ownership. Hang on a minute. This could be interesting. The mountain under the castle has an old tunnel system. Ore was mined there from the 18th century onwards. The lords of the castle used the passages of the mines as a hiding place or escape route during times of siege. However, the tunnels were closed down just before the war. That means there was once a connection between the mine and the castle. Maybe it still exists.
Это нам пригодится.
If it doesn't stop raining. My hands aren't dirty.
Ладно. А, вот.
There's a thin steel cable hanging here. Could come in handy.
А это мы берем. Пока. А thin...
This rope prevents the hand... It's tied tight. The candle flame should burn through the rope. The guard will have a fit when he sees the handcar roll past the platform. It would be kind of wicked to do it for no reason.
Фонарь. Это нам
One of the
пригодилось.
train's rear lamp... It's screwed so...
Это бы нам очень пригодилось, на самом деле.
I could probably saw through the rope with the wire. I've got the guard will have a fit when he's... It would be...
Так.
An old carriage, sitting on the siding. The sign's covered with a thick... I'll try and scratch the moss away.
Давай.
There it is.
Что
Two
там?
tools crossed. A hammer and a pickaxe. This is either a mine or the Center for Dyslexic Soviets.
Ну да. Больше нечего.
This rusty old... Impossible. The cable's pretty rough. It could probably be used as a saw. But it's not enough to sever an iron chain. It won't open as long as it's according to the sign next. And if I understand the text on the info board, it's got to be worth... This... It's time...
Так, а если все-таки...
I should be able to saw through the rope. Then the handcar will roll past the platform. That should keep the guard occupied for a moment or two. Then I'll have some peace and quiet to find the entrance to the mine. Let's go.
Да-да-да. Давай. Сейчас он сзади побежит.
What the? Stop! Halt!
Прыгал бы на нее хотя бы. Так. Топор. Берем топор.
As long as no one complains, do what you like. The station's... I need a...
Так. Давайте-ка фонарь себе возьмем.
It's good to get rid of some pent-up aggression every now and again.
Да, давай. Круши, ломай.
I'll put the candle in the lantern.
Хорошо. У нас есть горящий фонарь, да? Да,
A
горящий.
burning lamp.
Сказуемо. Весьма. Так, теперь цепь перерубим.
One powerful blow to this rusty chain should be enough.
Да, давай, маньяк с топором. То нацистов заставляет летать, то топором всех направляет.
That'll take me to Buren.
Пойдемте в шахту.
Christ, it's a bloody maze down here. I've got no choice. It's my only way into the castle. Besides, in my experience, you find the most useful things in the queerest places.
Погоди, это что-то вся локация? Какой ужас. Так, идем по рельсам. Идем по рельсам. Всё. У меня есть мнение, что я иду не туда. Так, хотя... Так, ну-ка.
There's an old dead
Берем. Почему бы нет? Так.
poor guy. Let's hope I don't end up like him. This place is a maze.
Вот я ненавижу лабиринт. Как хотите, ребята. Если я тут заблужусь, мне придется ставить на паузу серию. Как говорится, лет через 10 я, возможно, выберусь. Так, идем обратно. Вообще, кстати, надо почаще проверять, может тут что-нибудь есть. Насчет подсказок, как те случайные нашли. Ладно. Ковш. Берем ковш.
I'll pour some water. Two tools crossed.
Так, ладно. Будем отходить от путей. Да и все. Думаю, куда-нибудь они да приведут. Эх, как бы сейчас фонарик бы какой-нибудь на дальних дистанциях. Хотя бы как в Пенумбре. Да, но в 36-м году у него такие фонарики были большой редкостью. Значит, тупик. Идем обратно. Что мне нравится, он в такой темноте ходит так спокойно. Не знаю, я бы на его месте все-таки побоялся идти. Потому что, судя по звукам летучей мыши, это самое маленькое, что тут есть. Так сказать, страшного. Я же понимаю, что это все было шахта, там, добывали, разрабатывали. Ну, ребята, вы хотя бы сделали бы какие-то указатели, что выход там или еще что-нибудь. Вполне бы хватило. Блин, это, конечно, темноте ничего не видно. Приходится по 10 раз мышкой нажимать. Да, ну, жутковато на самом деле место. Так сказать. Тибет. Вновь пришли к Тибету.
Poor guy.
Ну, рубить скелет я, наверное, не буду топором. Остальным тросом тоже не буду. Смотреть через глаз дракона тебя тоже смысла нет. Так, а вот тут уже начинается, по-моему, подвал замка, да? Судя по каменному полу. Так, ладно, хорошо.
Ah, the stair. I hope these stairs lead up to the castle. Or some nice young German girl's bedroom. I think I've ended up in the castle. I never thought this would actually work. Lucky there's no one here. This is some kind of workshop. I suppose it'd be too much to ask to climb out of the mines and run straight into the map. Well, exploring never gets boring. That is what they say, isn't it?
Так.
A fire's burnt.
Погоди, а там какие-то ступеньки есть? Или мне кажется?
This fire would be comforting. If I wasn't... I'd need a lot more water.
Так, больше воды.
A fire's burning. Nothing far more interesting are the It's warm.
Еще бы. Секретная дверь. Крюк.
There's a hook.
Чем он нам?
A threaded hook. I might be able to bend it or break it.
Это очень-очень плохо. Навеска. Ага. И ничего.
An authentic I always wanted one of these old-style nutcrackers.
Почему именно старого?
A filthy...
Так, берем зеркало. Отлично.
It's a traditional nutcracker. The lever on the little man...
Зачем нам этот щелкунчик?
Ugh. Oh, it's okay. The mirror's just coated with a thick, greasy layer. Plain water isn't going to clean this thing.
Ну, может быть, оно такое грязное на самом деле. Так. Что нам делать дальше? Давайте думать. Ручная дрель. О! Это хорошо.
It's a hand...
Так, зачем она нам, конечно, я не знаю. Ну, ладно.
I think I know how to get to the station. And I've seen all...
Ага, хорошо. Хотя бы не пришлось петлять еще раз по этим жутким шахтам. Так, пойти. Блин.
I'll need more than water to get the grease off.
Еще больше.
I'll need...
Да, еще-то больше.
It's closed. The station.
Так. Ручная дрель явно куда-то может пригодиться. Знать бы куда.
It's a hand... Plain water isn't going to...
Обычная. Уже необычная штука. Так, ладно.
I think I know the route. Nothing interesting.
Согласен, только по 10 раз это говорить тоже не надо. Так.
I'd need a lot more water.
Почему тебе надо больше воды, я не могу понять. Зачем? Так, сходим наверх.
How are you coming along with the inventory?
Nearly finished, Herr Feldwebel. I still need to catalog the objects from Berlin.
Okay, but it is essential that we finish the inventory today. The remaining exhibits will be arriving from Berlin tomorrow.
Jawohl, Herr Feldwebel.
Так, фрицы. Опять.
Did he say inventory? Maybe it says where the Piri Reis map is stored. If only I could get a look over his shoulder.
О, одевай
And
доспехи.
I always thought I was the one carrying too much weight. Huh. I joke, but seriously, I ought to get down the gym.
Спуститься? Может быть, просто сходить?
I can't lug an entire set of... First, it's dead heavy. Second, it'll make me look silly. And third, this is supposed to be a stealth mission. I'll just take the gauntlets.
Он сказал... Это, говорит, секретная... Как? Говорит, скрытная миссия. Секретная. Не то, что надо быть.
I can hear voices in that direction.
Так, мастерская. Ну, я бы сказал, что это какая-то... Хотя да, это мастерская. Так. Что если нам...
Leather-lined gauntlets. Soft on the inside.
Кожаный. Ну да. Так. В принципе, нет. Это нам не подойдет. Кабанья шкура?
A boar pelt.
Зачем она нам? Ну ладно, предлагаю, берем.
Well, it's not Argali, but it'll do.
Да, уж Архара ты теперь будешь вспоминать всю жизнь, как я понимаю.
Rubbing a greasy mirror with a greasy... I've soaked the pelt. Not quite there.
Мокрая шкура. Зачем нам мокрая шкура?
A huge crack. The...
Да-да-да. Лучше, чем в Гималаях.
It's a long, thin crack in the wall.
Так, и чего? Так, давайте думать.
A
Подсвечник.
candlestick without a candle.
Берем. Пригодится.
A small... Moving it would make weight. Tin soldiers. I'll take some with me as backup, in case I get caught.
Да, поиграть. Немножко.
Tin soldiers wearing Prussian uniforms from the... A small... Move... I'd better empty out the water before I put the tin soldiers in.
Ладно. Зачем нам это, я не знаю. Еще раз говорю.
Sorry guys, but sacrifice is just an intrinsic part of war.
Да. На войне гибнут даже оловянные солдатики.
That was quick. They've melted down like butter.
Так это шел дружок.
I'll pour some of the molten tin into the hollow in the candlestick.
И что теперь?
An old...
Так. Ничего.
I've poured some molten tin. It's hardening pretty quickly. Actually, I can take it out already. I've poured... It's hardened. Don't ask me how I did it, but I've bored out the solidified tin. It's now a lovely round shape. Almost like a coin, you might say.
Кажется, я знаю, куда это применить. Да, давайте. Я думаю, автомат не распознает фальшивки.
What do you know? It actually worked. I could make a mint. Get it? Because I'm making money to use in a sweet. You know what? Never mind. 4 fizzy sweets fell out the bottom. These fizzy sweets contain sugar, citric...
Что нам это только дает, я не могу понять. Так, возьмем еще одну. На всякий случай.
I'll pour some water. I'll need... The sweets are dissolving in the water. Pouring lemon water on the mirror won't be enough to dissolve the grease. I've soaked the pelt with lemon water.
Господи.
Soaked in...
Шкура в лимонаде.
There. Spick and span.
Да, те, кто еще пьют лимонад, знаете, что Кока-Колы отлично можно очищать любые грязь. Так что, кому дорог свой желудок, точнее то, что от него осталось после некратного употребления лимонада, задумайтесь о своем здоровье. Так, ладно.
Soaked.
Еще раз.
I'll pour some water. The clean mirror.
Да, не путать с черным зеркалом.
The clean mirror.
Так. Зачем мы это делаем? Почему мы ставим его сюда?
I'll put the mirror down gently. I can't see anything in the mirror apart from myself. Fascinating though I am, preening myself isn't going to save the world. Maybe it's just too low. I'll, put it back in my pocket?
Так, но мы там ничего не видим, да, видимо?
He's studying as long as he's occupied. He's working on an inventory. It might be a nice... Mirrors like that reflect light onto the desk. Not much use to him after sunset, if I wasn't so far...
Трещина в стене. Так, нам бы как-нибудь это все дело провернуть, да получше.
I'll put the mirror down gently. I can't see anything. Maybe it's...
Слишком низко говоришь? Так. Вообще я нажимал сюда, но ты куда туда пошел.
It's a long...
Нет. 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 Тоже нет.
It's a tradition.
Тоже нет. Ладно. Что у нас здесь?
Nice view.
Ну да. Я думаю, на этом видео можно, в принципе, завершить эту серию. Вот, у нас там
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Я сказал, я ненавижу этих парней. Как написали внизу, это уже, видимо, привольный перевод. Личное мнение автора перевода. Ну да ладно. В принципе, я с ним согласен. Что ж, на этом можно завершить данную серию. Следующий уже посмотрим, что там за карта перерейса. Мы добудем ее и, думаю, справимся с самым, если получится. Как бы там ни было, сегодня все. Всем большое спасибо за внимание. Оставляйте свои комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте оценки видео, это все способствует его развитию, помогайте. Это будет приятно мне, это будет приятно вам. Так, ну что ж, всем большое спасибо еще раз за внимание, с вами был Павел, всем пока и до новых встреч.